I used to wake up every day and take a blunt to the face, run a 5K, sleep like shit, eat like shit, but I still showed up, I still made money, and I still hit 100K net worth doing all of that at 25. According to YouTube, I should have been broke. According to YouTube, I was the cautionary tale. According to YouTube, I was the video of the top 10 biggest mistakes you can make in your life if you want to be a chud bozo. I was supposed to be a loser, but I had 100 grand. And I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just saying this to not fall for grifting bullshit. There's a lot of people trying to sell something on these binary outcomes that if you do this, you're a loser. If you do this, you'll be a winner. Like those videos, like 5 things winners do, 5 things the most successful people do. Don't do this or you'll be a loser. Sigma versus beta, why you stay broke, how to be this. I see that everywhere. It's on all kinds of thumbnails. It looks clean and it gets the attention that those people want because we're all confused and we're all raw dogging life and we're all looking for answers. So surely some guy the same age as me has got it all figured out instead of just teaching you how to raw dog it better. Everyone knows the pull-out method is the best, but in life, you got to find your own unique pull-out method. It's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. I think those spread just so much, those type of videos, because it's just more applicable than the truth, not because it is the truth. Because in reality, it's not win or lose. It's a streak. It's up and downs. Like, think about every sports team anybody watches. They don't have some secret sauce to win literally every game because one, life would be boring, and two, it simply just doesn't exist. Life is not win or lose. It's a win, 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 lose, 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 then more wins, then more losses. You don't need to avoid losing. Like nobody does that. You just need to have more wins than losses in categories that actually matter to you. And another thing about this content vortex that we're in is we're getting told about what does matter to us. And that kind of makes us feel, at least to me, like, oh, maybe I should be caring about this when in reality, I don't give a flying fuck about some of that stuff, but I almost get borderline brainwashed into it. Like, why the fuck is everybody jumping in a bucket of cold ass water? What the fuck is that even doing? It's like, oh, it's hard, so it makes the rest of the day easy. Bruh, I don't even believe that, not even for a second. Like, what does it actually produce? I think it just produces that feeling of, oh shit, I'm doing something productive. Like, bro, you could have just made yourself breakfast and been a little more zooted about your day. Like all the time back when I was, smoking and then running, I just like knew that's what I wanted to do. I'm like, I want to wake up, smoke this, and literally just go run. And I felt so alive and awesome. But I'm sure some guru would have been like, oh my God, what a degenerate. But I was just hyped at that time of my life. That's what hyped me up to do my day. So you can do things that actually get you motivated and going. If the cold plunge is what you need to do, great. But I think most people, right, got exposed to that through the media, like online. They weren't just sitting in their own room thinking, yeah, I'm going to wake up and jump in a big ass bucket of freezing cold water to start my day. I think that's what I really want to do, and it's going to move the needle on me being where I want to be. And pay attention to the guys that are telling you about cold plunges. These motherfuckers sell cold plunges the loudest about the 5 a.m. routine. They're selling a fucking course about the routine. All advertisements, are like we instantly recognize them. At least I do, like at the drop of a hat. And even some of the stuff I have, like YouTube Premium, I don't see ads, but ads are literally everywhere. Like the people who are loudest about devices, total abstinence, lockup mode, they're selling some kind of program about that stuff. Like all of this is like subtle advertising. It's like a new meta of advertising. You got to be really vigilant and think about what the fuck matters to you. If you do have something you're interested in and somebody has the sauce and you really trust them, I'm not saying to not buy their thing or not give it a chance or invest in things and not really spend your money, because I do think having a good coach, like I have a golf coach, he teaches me a lot. He actually moves the needle on something I care about, which is my golf game. But I'm not convinced some guy not doing drugs can sell me a way to not do drugs and smoke weed. Like I just slowly decided, you know what, I'm going to take a year off, and I just did it. I didn't need a course tell me how to do that. And the same thing about waking up at 5 a.m., bro. Fuck waking up at 5 a.m. I don't want to do that shit. So I don't, because my body doesn't work that way. And I'm not going to let some grifter tell me that. I'm just going to do me and wake up when my body feels like it within the reasons of my routines and obligations, you know? And I could move the needle on that stuff if I want to. I don't like the 9 to 5. And one day I'll wake up without an alarm clock. That's not today. That's not tomorrow, but it's going to be inevitable. And with these grifters, we're not watching their life. We're watching a fucking commercial of their life. What's moving the needle is them marketing the ice bath, not them doing the ice bath. And segueing back a bit to the waking up at 5 a.m., bro, there's 24 hours in a day. Like the last time I did math, nothing changes. It doesn't matter if you wake up at 5 or you wake up at 3 p.m. We got the same 24 hours every day. So what you do with it is really totally up to you. Sure, waking up gets you a quote unquote head start while everybody else is sleeping. But what about the people that stay up late at night grinding while people that wake up at 5 a.m. are in bed at 8 p.m.? No one ever talks about those guys because it doesn't sound as, intolerable. We're like, the first thing that jumps in our head is, God, I hate waking up at 5 and I can't believe he does that. It's like we gain some kind of weird respect because they're doing something hard, but at the end of the day, there's plenty of people that wake up at 5 a.m. and don't have fuck all going on. Think about your local elderly neighbor. Maybe he's driving to sit on his buddy's porch at 7 a.m. Like that's a vibe, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's getting the bag or moving himself a million miles forward. And to be honest, I'm not too far above all this either. Like right now, I'm doing a sober year. I realized in my adult life, I'm only 25, but I've never had a year of total sobriety, like no alcohol, no weed. I never did any like over the top hard shit. But when you're smoking a blunt running a 5K every day, you start thinking, maybe I do have a problem or something. But in reality, I was showing up and doing everything I needed to do and low key used it as positive reinforcement. But either way, I've always met so many people in my life that go, I could quit this whenever I want, whether it's smoking cigarettes or weed or beer. But I'm like thinking to myself, this is all cap. So my whole idea was if I could at the drop of a hat decide I'm going to be sober for a year, raw dog it with no game plan. I don't have anybody telling me to do this shit. By the time I do have a casual little brewski, smoke a little weed, I can really be that guy and say that with conviction. I'm not quitting because it's a vice. I'm doing it to like call my own bluff. I don't really even know if that makes sense, but that's my thought behind it. And it'll be a thing in the past. It's just one little year in my life. And it has moved the needle on me, strengthening my discipline muscle a lot more than jumping in a big ass bucket of cold water. So I've got this new filter that I do on a lot of habits. It's like, not is it hard, not does it sound disciplined, because that's low key seeking validation from others, and I don't give a fuck about that. Not is this fucking Andrew Tate approved, I'm gonna be a Sigma. It's just, does it move the category I actually care about forward? Sobriety does it for me. Cold plunging doesn't. The gym at 5 a.m. doesn't. I go after work. That's when I prefer to go. Reading helps me out. I've been trying to meditate. It's really hard, but it is making a difference. There's all kinds of little things like that that are really helping. And probably the dumbest one that just isn't for me is going monk mode and like cutting off everybody I know. I think a lot of the best things I have going on in my life are the people I know. They make me want to show up. They make me thankful to have good company. And I don't think they're a distraction at all. I think they really help propel me forward as a person. And there's so much stuff about going monk mode, getting locked in. And I think that's just some grifting bullshit. And if life is like a game and we're rolling the dice, working hard is loading the dice. Like these dice are going to get rolled every day, no matter what. But everyone that knows anything about dice is you can't control it. You don't win every day. You don't win all the time, but you're not supposed to. That's what makes the win so sweet and the losses suck so bad. But every time you stack the wins in the categories you care about, you tip the scales to start winning more often. And anyone selling you a guarantee is selling you some straight bullshit. You should always think, why are they trying to get my money if it's a guarantee? You know what I mean? And a lot of the best things in life are free. Now, you can hear one thing and it totally change your life, hit the ground running, and that moves the needle forward. But if I need to get a cold plunge, why don't I just go drive to the nearest lake and jump in it? Because it's harder than just going in my backyard and making it convenient with the cold plunge, because that doesn't make those people any money. So the way I'm trying to solve this is I'm done looking for answers that don't exist. I'm not trying to crack a code that doesn't exist. I'm just trying to win in things I care about. And I think everybody would be happier if they did the same thing. For me, right now, I want to be sober. I want to get better at golf. I want to make more money. And I want to keep working towards having a family one day. That shit sounds lit to me and it would make me feel good. So I'm going to keep grinding on that and you keep doing your thing. Thanks for watching.